baseball.
The guy on first.
Who?
The first base.
First.
I'm asking you.
Now let's go live to the diamond for play-by-play coverage of Wasatch Wasps baseball on 94.5 The Peak.
Good afternoon and welcome to the ballpark. Opening day baseball today, Ty, as the MLB gets ready to get things started tonight. The Yankees taking on the Giants for the first game of the MLB season, and it's opening day for Wasatch at home. Yes, they come in with an impressive 6-1 record, but this is their first home game. Ty wearing the pearly white uniforms for the first time this season with the white cap, looking good and excited to get things started here against a really good 6A opponent, ranked in the top 5 in 6A Skyridge.
Yeah, how about a back-to-back slate of Pleasant Grove and Skyridge High School, Tyler? I mean, those are two of the absolute premier programs in the entire state when it comes to baseball. And Wasatch getting the big win over Pleasant Grove last night, 8-3 over the Vikings. And, Tyler, I guarantee you that caught Skyridge's attention coming into this one today. I felt a little bit like maybe Pleasant Grove kind of came in sleepwalking, maybe overlooking Wasatch. I don't think you're going to get the same thing today from the Skyridge Falcons over here. You get a win, and not just a win, but a dominant win at 8-3, and you're going to have their full attention coming up here to Wasatch today.
You're listening to the Dairy King pregame show. The Dairy King has been serving your family since 1946, winners of Best in State for over the last 20 years. Ty, it's time for What Makes You Smile, brought to you by Smiles by Design, formerly known as Dorius Dental, offering no surprises of dental treatment. Learn more at smilesbydesign.com. Ty, what made you smile last night from Wasatch's big win over Pleasant Grove?
Ty, there was a lot of good there that happened in that one, but ultimately it was that final strikeout from Austin Brown. The game was fantastic, Tyler, and it got a little tight there at the end, right? Bases loaded, 8-3, top of the lineup coming up, 2 outs. It was just kind of this dramatic end, and Austin Brown, the sophomore, in his first pitching experience at the varsity level, Tyler, punches out Pleasant Grove to end the game there, Tyler, and it was a little bit of fun and a little extra zest to that one, Tyler, because the guy he punched out was actually a family that a lot of these Wasatch players played with earlier on that moved down to Pleasant Grove, so it was just kind of a fun little exclamation point on the end of that game for Wasatch, and hopefully they've got a little extra oomph and zest coming into this one today.
Wasatch is the home team. Again, this is the opening day game for Wasatch High School baseball at Wasatch High School's field. Ty, take us around the diamond for your Bonnie Joseph Academy starting fielders.
Yeah, Ty, starting on the mound will be Eddie Bluth for the Wasps here today. Eddie was good here in the earlier outings this season for the Wasps. He'll be throwing to Otis Sweat behind the dish. In the infield, you've got Pinter at third, Fowler at short, Salmon at second, and Matthews at first base.
First pitch is going to be fouled straight back to the backstop for strike number 1.
In the outfield, Miguel Armendariz is going to flip over to left field today as Bluth comes into pitch. Brown in center, and Max Livingston in right field after throwing a gem yesterday as the winning pitcher down there at Pleasant Grove. Went 6 innings pitched, Tyler, through nearly 110 pitches yesterday to get that win against the Vikings of Pleasant Grove. And we'll see how much juice he has left in that arm in right field today.
Leading batter will be Rip Roberts, sophomore, senior for the Skyridge Falcons, who come in, again, only 1 loss on the season, that coming to Chandler, Arizona a couple weeks ago. 6-1 on the season and ranked in the top 5 according to Deseret News. It's a 1-2 count, goes upstairs and fouls that one off. Eddie Bluth in his first outing, 5 innings pitched, didn't give up an earned run, 1 walk, 3 Ks, just invites teams to put the ball in play and does a good job of filling up the zone. So far doing so well here. 3 out of 4 pitches strikes, comes back with an off-speed one. Roberts is going to elevate that one to center field. Brown comes in and makes the grab for out number 1.
Could have a different look this year, Ty, for the Wasps with their field. Their fence has been brought in a little bit, and so it might play a little shorter than the team is used to. But today is a classic Wasatch baseball day where the wind is gusting in from center field, and a hitter that hits a ball in the air like that, even a little bit of a line drive, Tyler, is going to float out there to the outfielders, and they should be able to run underneath it.
It's going to bring up the sophomore Luke Robley. He's playing second base today. Hits on the left-handed side of the batter's box. He'll take strike 1. That pitch swing and a miss, strike 2. So once again, just filling up the zone right now is Eddie Bluth on the mound. An 0-2 count, moving quickly here through the top of the first. Already 1 away. That one swung on and fouled off. Top of the first action brought to you by Country Gardens and Nursery, Heber's only locally owned and operated plant nursery. They have everything you need for your gardens, and don't forget to stop by the indoor plant and decor shop as well. Bluth's 0-2 goes with the off speed. Robley lays off of it, and that'll move the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Check swing. Yes, he did. It's going to be in the dirt. Sweat will throw it down to first base to Royal Matthews for out number 2 and our first Gravity Coalition strikeout of the game.
Well, that's about as ideal of a start as you can have here, Tyler. Bluth pumping the strike zone, 2 quick outs. There's another quick ground ball. This should be a very quick inning. Bluth's able to snag it on the mound. Tyler tosses it over to first base, and just like that, 1-2-3. Skyridge goes down to the Wasps at home.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It's 0-0 as we go into the bottom of the first.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot, or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy, your local beauty school. Explore the art of cosmetology, barbering, hair design, basic aesthetics, master aesthetics, and nail tech programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to learn more and enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible schedules and distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career at Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise. Bonnie Joseph Academy, Heber City.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bomb of the first brought to you by Bonnie Joseph Academy. Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy in Heber City. Visit them at bonniejosephacademy.edu, where beauty meets expertise. Ty, take us through our batting order today for the Wasps.
Pretty similar look to what we've seen over the course of the season. Jack Salmon going to lead it off for Wasatch, again playing second base for the Wasps today. Austin Brown will be hitting in the 2-hole. Leading the team in home runs is Brown. 3 home runs on the season. Royal Matthews hitting in the 3-hole. After a hot start, over 600 the first weekend, that average has come down a little bit, Ty, but still floating around the 500 mark. Braxton Fowler hitting in the 4th spot, playing shortstop for the Wasps today. Crew Baxter hitting DH for Miguel Armendariz, who's playing in left field. After Baxter, Eddie Bluth will be stepping in the number 6 spot. Sam Pinter will hit 7, playing third base. Otis Sweat hitting in the 8-hole again. 2 more RBIs last night, Tyler, for Otis. Came into that game leading the team in RBIs and tacked on 2 more last night. So he leads the team in RBIs down there at the number 8 spot. I believe 16 on the season now for Otis Sweat. And then Max Livingston in the 9-hole, Tyler, going to hit in the 9-hole and produce as he has all year. Floating around that 400 number coming into this game here, Tyler. That'll round out the top 9 for Wasatch.
Leading it off will be Salmon, hitting 400 coming into today's game. 13 RBIs on the season, including 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. He's going to swing at the first pitch. It's going to be a quick ground ball to the sophomore Roble. Fields it cleanly and throws it to first for out number 1. On the mound for Skyridge will be number 25, big left-hander Tate Young. Does have the lone loss on the season for the Falcons, but has 8 strikeouts for the senior.
Hey, looks like a pretty nice player out here on the mound, Ty. Big, tall lefty, has a decent zip on his fastball. And that first pitch is kind of exactly what you'd want, just ground ball coming from your lefty. Jack had the right approach, though, Tyler. Inside out, trying to go the other way. Just a sharply hit ground ball to the second baseman.
Sophomore Austin Brown will be the number 2 hitter today for Wasatch. 421. He's going to rope this one. Nobody's getting into this one. It's off the wall. Pick him up, put him down. Extra bases for Brown as he goes in for his 3rd double of the season, his 6th extra base hit of the year. And Wasatch has a guy in scoring position with your first Gravity Coalition base hit of the game.
He crushed that ball, Tyler. Moved that fence in 2 more feet, and that's a home run. That thing hit right at the top of the fence, just below the yellow. And like I said, the wind is blowing in pretty firm, coming kind of from left to right, and probably knocked that ball down on a regular day without so much wind. That thing is out of here.
Strikeouts and hits brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bikes, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Visit them at their store in Midway or at gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Ty took the longboards out yesterday. It's been beautiful weather. Like, I had my Amazon pictures, does the daily, this is what happened this year, last year. Ty, 2 years ago, I had a picture of 6 inches of snow today, right? And we talked about yesterday how we were out on the field kicking snow, building snowmen to try to get the snow melted, and it's just crazy the year we're having. 90 degrees down in Pleasant Grove yesterday. Yeah, and you felt that. The game nearly lasted 3 hours there for the Wasps in that one, Tyler. A lot of walks between both teams, but the Wasps came out on top. You're right, you never know, and it may feel like a good time here to go, plant your gardens, get things going, but next week it could freeze on you. That's just how it goes in the spring in Utah. Off-speed pitch here to the number 3 hitter, Royal Matthews. Senior's hitting .455 on the season, 1 double, 10 hits already on the year. Excuse me, for Royal, who will hit on the right-handed side against the lefty. Switch hitting senior has been a great addition back here at Wasatch, playing first base. Brown, an okay lead at first base, gets a good secondary. Second pitch is going to be a high chopper to the third baseman. Brown's going to be able to advance to third. The throw not going to be in time, or it's going to pull the first baseman off the bag, I should say. No tag, and Wasatch has runners on first and third. Ty hit throwing error there by the third baseman?
Yeah, I think throwing error. I think that ball on time, Tyler, is going to be an out. But it's a tough play, but it's one that a third baseman should make. It's good work, mechanics from the umpire side. We often hammer umpires in how they go about games, but that one was good. The field umpire having to kind of see what's going on in the field there with Austin advancing, didn't have the angle there to see if the tag was actually put down on Royal. Just gave a quick glance to the home field umpire or behind the dish, and he just gave a quick shake of the head and said, no, he didn't tag him. And then they put the safe call down. No drama, just good communication, and got that done from the umpires.
We'll bring up Braxton Fowler, junior on the year, .476, 8 RBIs, 10 hits as well, including 3 doubles. He comes up with an RBI opportunity with runners on the corners and 1 out. Takes ball 1 and ball 2. Good speed on the base pass for both Brown and Matthews. Matthews on the season. Look at my notes, Tyler. Got to turn to the second page. We're going to turn to the second page in a second for stolen base data. The 2-0 gets the outside corner. Good pitch there. Moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's to that point in the season, Ty. A lot of stats starting to rack up here for the Wasps. 6-1 on the year.
5 stolen bases on the year for Royal. Leads the team in that category. The 2-1, Matthews is going to go. The throw to second base is going to be cut off. Brown will scamper back to the bag at third base. But another stolen base for Royal. Second and third now with 1 away and a 3-1 count here to Fowler.
Yeah, easy swipe of the bag. Tyler had a good read, good jump. It's always kind of tricky with the left. He looked like he was going on first move there. Swipe that bag easily. Kind of hard day for a catcher to be throwing down into this gusting wind too, Ty. I think Wasatch wants to try to push it and run early on. I think they may be able to find some success.
Coach Roberts over at Skyridge is going to bring in the corners to play even with the bag. Halfway through the infield are the middle infielders. This is going to be a ground ball to Coach McCoy, who fields it cleanly.
Showing the range. Now the lefty can fire back in. Ty, Brax had a great game yesterday. A couple times he got down with 2 strikes in the count and some pretty good pitches off the plate. He was able to reach out and just kind of flip it through the 5-6 hole. And there were some big spots for Wasatch. Wasatch only had 7 hits yesterday, but some timely hits, one of them being Braxton with runners in scoring position.
The 2-2 is going to be a sharply hit ground ball. Oh, it's going to be a collision with the shortstop. Royal ran into the shortstop on his way to third base. Runner's going to come in to score. We're going to have a conversation. And Royal's going to be called out for runner interference on that one, and so there's going to be 2 outs, and Austin is going to have to go back to third base. So it'll be runners on the corners, 2 away.
That's about a worst-case scenario there, Tyler. A ball up the middle that should get you a run, but the runner's interference going to send everyone back, so Wasatch will not get the run. Now they're going to have to produce with 2 outs.
Both players just looking at the ball. Royal avoided the ball and then went to run to third, and shortstop was just right there. Coach Roberts wants to have a conversation on this one. Or no, they're just going to go out and check to make sure the shortstop's okay. This pause in the action brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Fit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Give them a call at 435-654-5607. Let's see how you can improve your balance and regain your freedom. Crew Baxter comes up to the plate, also a .400 hitter on the season, .409 with 9 hits, 7 RBIs, and 2 doubles for the senior.
Yeah, Cruz had a really nice year here, Ty. He's a little bit in and out of the lineup last year, but he's accepted his role really well here in the early parts of the season as a DH.
Is there bullying happening on the team, Ty, when Sam Pinter is hitting .300, and he's the only guy hitting .300 in the starting lineup right now for Wasatch? I mean, you're 7 games in.
You say that because it's the low number.
The low number is what I'm saying. Like, usually you're hitting .300, and you're feeling really good about yourselves. You're the lowest guy on the squad right now, and he's really turned it on the last couple of games, Ty. He's really had some good at-bats, but, man, it just shows how good Wasatch is right now in this lineup. Everybody hitting above .400, save one.
It's a deep lineup, Tyler. And Sam's been fantastic. And Ty, he made a play yesterday at Pleasant Grove with his glove late in the game, 5-6 holes, snagged it, and then had a race against Wolfgram to the third base bag, got the force out. It was a huge moment in the ball game.
Well, and he had the great play in the first inning. If you remember the ball that was in foul, I thought it was a foul ball. Fields it on the backhand side, puts his foot in the dirt, and throws it across the diamond to get the last out of the inning in that first inning. Crew Baxter will come up, 2 outs. Runners on first and third are Fowler and Brown. High leg kick delivery here from Young. It's going to be swung on, high chopper to the third baseman. Fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond in time, and Skyridge is able to get out of the jam. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error in the inning, and 2 are left on base. 0-0 as we go into the second.
Hungry for mouth-watering all-American comfort food? Look no further. Chubby's has just opened in Heber Valley, bringing you award-winning burgers and cheesesteaks made from 100% premium black Angus beef. With 9 Utah locations, our family-owned and operated restaurant knows how to satisfy your cravings. And don't forget to treat yourself to our delicious desserts. Come taste the difference today at Chubby's, located at 220 North Main Street. Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave.
Here at Country Gardens and Nursery, we hope that you feel that you are home when you are away from home as you go around our perennial floor checking out the newest and latest for beauty for your garden, as you wander into our indoor plant shop, seeing the possibility of what could be yours. Stop by Country Gardens and Nursery, your home away from home. 1401 US 189, Heber City, Utah. And don't forget to check us out on social media for quick tips and tricks throughout the season.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Top of the second, brought to you by Robarge Collision and Repair, a customer satisfaction rating at 98.7%, one of the highest in the industry. It'll be 4-5-6 up for Skyridge after being retired in order. Designated hitter Brady Lowe, the senior, will be the first batter. 1 home run, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs on the season. And that's the limited stats, Ty, that we have on Deseret News. Some coaches are better than others at getting their stats posted online.
Some intentionally don't put them there as well. They think it's to their advantage. The toughest one for us, Tyler, I think we've dealt with is Olympus, right? Olympus hides everything over there.
2-1, that one not close, so 3-1. So after filling up the zone in inning number 1, Bluth gets a 3-1 count here to the number 4 hitter, Lowe. Hitting for the pitcher today. 0-0, Wasatch threatened with runners on second and third, 1 out, not able to produce. Skyridge yet to have a base runner on. Bluth into the windup, the 3-1. Now it's going to be swung on and fouled to the right side. 3-2 now the count.
Game of inches, isn't it, Tyler? Think back to that first inning. Austin Brown so close to a home run that gets a run on the board. Then you get first and second. Just a random spot where Matthews ends up hitting the shortstop and interfering, and all of a sudden you've lost a run twice in that inning from a matter of just a few inches there in a bad break.
Payoff pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout on the day. He went 5 innings and only had 3 Ks, 2 Ks in the first 4 outs here against Skyridge. A big swing and a miss. That is the second Gravity Collision strikeout of the day. Going to bring up the catcher, number 19, Boston Sundberg, a senior. At least 1 triple on the year for the lefty. He'll take ball 1 inside.
Yeah, he's going to come in starting to tell people he's a strikeout pitcher all of a sudden, right? Punching out top of the lineup with a pretty dang good 6A team, Tyler. Go through their record. A lot of out-of-state teams, wins over the Layton at 6A, Brighton. A good win there, 10-8 over them. Pueblo South, Mount St. Mary, Boulder. And then the loss to Chandler, Colorado. This is not a bad Skyridge team here that Wasatch is, and Bluth specifically, is making look a little inferior on the mound right now.
The 1-1, nice little pulls the string on the curveball in there for strike 2. 1-2 now the count. Back into the box on the left-hand side goes Sundberg. Bluth back into the windup. The 1-2 goes back to that off-speed. Good piece of hitting here. He's going to rope it to left field. Miguel not able to look it down. The ball's going to be on the ground, going to bounce away from him. In for a double will be Sundberg. Good piece of hitting there, and that's the first hit and first base runner of the game for Skyridge.
Yeah, Miguel made a good run at that, Tyler, but that was one of those tough balls off the bat. Line drive, the depth a little bit hard to read, coming at you, tailing away. And when he realized he couldn't get it, he did try to body it up, Tyler, but just kind of hit and sped off to the side.
Well, if there's a more true outfield in the state besides Wasatch's at this point, I'd be surprised. But
I don't know if you've ever said something more sarcastic over here.
You need to wear. Oh, that got a camera.
You need to wear some ankle braces playing outfield out there, don't you,
really
Tyler?
do.
Roll an ankle walking in a pothole out there.
There's not a lot of grass. There's no water. 0-1 the count, and he's going to be swung on and fouled back for an 0-2 count. Bluth comes right back with 2 strikes. In the box is the first baseman, junior Max Grover. Bluth, a no-look delivery, and this one's going to be a ground ball to Salmon. Salmon bobbles it and will finally get it into the glove, throws it to Matthews for the second out of the inning on the 4-3 putout. Runner does advance to third base. So a runner on third with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Wasatch hasn't played on the turf yet this year, right? In a game situation. Looked like that one got to Salmon a little bit quicker than he was expecting.
I was going to say the same thing, Tyler, it looked like it almost caught him sleeping, but I don't think that was the case. He had a decent first step, but was a little bit hunched over, a little out of position with one of the more sure-handed guys on the team.
Swinging a miss to Brady Butters. He's going to swing at another off-speed pitch. This one to shallow right center field. Livingston will come up and make the play, and Wasatch gets out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 is left on base. Still 0-0 here on 92.9 The Peak.
Check out the Fit Stop Health Club. It's more than a great facility. Their employees and staff create a comfortable, caring, supportive place for men and women of all ages, as well as their families, to work out. They have your tanning beds, massage, and personal trainers. Find your new groove. Jump into their therapy pool with endless laps. They have Group X classes with nationally certified and specially trained instructors. See what the Fit Stop offers. Go to their website at fitstophealthclub.com. For more information, call 654-2131.
Hi, this is Corbin Gordon from Gordon Law Group. I commonly get approached by people with the same question. Hey, do you guys do a particular type of law? The answer is almost always, yeah, we do that. We are the Valley's only full-service law firm that has been in business for over 20 years. We have 5 experienced attorneys who do estate work, litigation, business formation, real estate, water law, divorce, criminal defense, and many others. Gordon Law Group, yeah, we do that.
This is live coverage of Wasatch High School sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the second brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm practicing in all areas of the law. They take pride in saying, yeah, we do that. Up for Wasatch will be Bluth, Pinter, Sweat. 6, 7, 8 up for Wasatch. Left 2 stranded in the first inning. Bluth comes in 5-24 on the season, leads the team with 11 base hits, 5 RBIs, and 2 doubles. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Lefty Young still on the mound, goes upstairs for a swing and a miss, strike 2. Don't see Eddie chase too much, Ty. Chased that one a little bit out of the zone.
Yeah, you might venture to say he's got the best eye on the team, but Ty, that could be very easily debatable. A lot of these guys track the ball so well. But I think when you look at his numbers for the amount of walks he puts on, he just sees it well. He works counts deep. Not uncommon to see him get down 0-2, 1-2, and then come all the way back to a full count.
It's a 1-2 here after a miss. He's going to swing at this one. It's a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop does a good job covering the ground, gets the ball, fills it across, and throws to first for the first out of the inning.
That was a good 2-strike swing, Tyler. Hard hit ball up the middle. Good range, though, from the shortstop to take care of it.
Will now come up junior Sam Pinter. I've mentioned hitting 300 on the year, 6 hits, 3 RBIs, and a double. Had an RBI yesterday in the game against Pleasant Grove. That one against Pleasant Grove. We talk about blue bloods of the state. And we had Coach Scholl on the air yesterday, and he mentioned, PG, AF, Bingham back in the day. Skyridge, Roberts has done a good job at Skyridge. Spanish Fork, of course, but PG you'd consider a blue blood, right, of baseball.
Yeah, definitely.
Where do you put that win? Wasatch getting a good win over a ranked PG team. We'll come back to that. Sam Pinner, a swinging bunt, and did it get touched? It did. It got touched by the pitcher, and that is going to be fair. Pitcher is saying that he didn't touch it, but the umpire was right on top of it, and Roberts wants to have a conversation with the umpire.
Well, Ty, I'm having a little flashbacks here when you were the head coach with Coach Roberts up here. He came out and had a few conversations with the umpire. He's savvy is the word I would use for him. He knows all the old tricks in the book to try to manipulate situations. Ty, that one looked pretty clear to me like the ball was touched. Pitcher came in kind of like a bull in a china shop, Tyler, out of control and bumped that ball. Pitcher's going to get the single off of the slow roller.
It's going to bring up Otis Sweat. Again, leads the team with 16 RBIs, hitting .400 on the season, has a couple of doubles. Pinter will be at first base after the second hit of the day for Wasatch. That one's going to be swung on, and that's a base knock over the shortstop's head into shallow center field. Center fielder comes up, quickly gets it in, so first to second and now to first for Otis Sweat. Wasatch with 2 on once again here in the second inning.
Ty, little things, but that read from Pinter is a great read just as far as base running. That ball easily going to fall down there, but the center fielder's creeping in and crashing hard, Tyler, not respecting Sweat. He's only playing, like 230 feet out there? That center fielder looks like he is not very far away. And he was coming up with intention to throw that to second base, but Sam got such a nice read off the bat. There was just no contest over there at second base.
Yeah, outfield and Skyridge playing extremely shallow here against the Wasatch lineup. Runners on first and second. Again, 1 out, and it'll bring up Livingston. Livingston on the season, .429 with 9 hits, 11 RBIs, and 4 extra base hits, including 1 home run. 0-1 to count as he swings and misses on the first pitch. 4-strike-1. OK leads. Now he'll square. He's going to lay down the bunt. He's going to go to that side. It's going to be a fair ball. The throw down to first base is in time. So Skyridge opts to take the out. Both runners will advance to second and third, and Salmon will come up with 2 outs and 2 ducks on the pond.
That's good execution from Max, Tyler. Get that ball down, high hopper, and the bounce was high enough that the catcher just, like you said, he wanted to take the sure thing out. There might have been an opportunity if he came up firing for third right away, if that had been the call. But it was 2 in between, and now you've got a chance to knock with 2 outs with the top of your lineup coming up and take the lead.
Salmon ground ball to the second baseman for out number 1 of the game. Leadoff guy, once again hitting over .400 on the season. Takes strike 1. He also with 10 hits on the year, 13 RBIs, and this is why the bottom of the lineup has produced opportunities. Second on the team with that number of 13 RBIs for your leadoff guy. It's 0-1 count. Young having a little bit of trouble getting the signs from the catcher, and Sam's going to say, hey, let's reset this.
Ty, game's moving along quick. Haven't had a chance to come back to your question, right, about the win against Pleasant Grove and where that ranks as far as the blue blood wins, and just rattle off a few that come to mind that may be comparable over the years.
That one misses for 1-1 count.
Wasatch, what is this, back in 2014, got Spanish Fork when Spanish Fork was at the very top tier of the
number
state,
1 in the
Tyler.
state.
Yeah, and Wasatch got him at home. Chase Adams. Threw a one-hit gem.
2-1, and that's going to get through. Jack Salmon's base hit through the 3-4 hole is going to score 1. Again, the outfield is playing so shallow, not able to get 2 in, but Wasatch breaks the 0-0 tie on the 2-out RBI single from Salmon.
That Spanish Fork win felt like a big deal, right, in that year when Wasatch got that win against them. It was a region game. It was a big one. Ty, it's hard not to think about the Jordan win in the state tournament, 3, maybe 4 years ago. Can't remember exactly that year.
Brown's going to come up, doubled off the wall on right side the last time up, swings at the first pitch and fouls it off for strike 1.
I'm still convinced that Jordan team that year was the best team in the state, Tyler, and Wasatch knocked him off with that dramatic Chet Wilson triple, bases loaded, 2 outs in the 7th inning. That one has to be at the top of the list there because Jordan, that's one of those teams that's just produced D1 athlete after D1 athlete.
Swing and a miss from Brown and makes it an 0-2 count. The throw to third base, not in time. Jackson Camaromi in speed up running here for Otis Sweat. Wasatch with 3 hits in the inning that have produced 1 run. 4 hits on the day, still threatening with 2 outs and runners on the corners. 0-2 the count. Young Going to get picked off at first base. It's a good jump, though, from Salmon, and the throw's going to be high. The throw home as Pinter tries to score. Not able to score. Pinter's break home not in time. Good throw from second base to home, and Wasatch is retired. 1 run comes in on 3 hits. No errors in the inning, and Wasatch will leave 1 stranded. 1-0 as we go into the third.
At Heber Park City Appliance, you're getting a dedicated team of professionals who go out of their way to keep your home running smoothly. And when we say team, we're talking about 40 years of winning service and reliability. We're here to boost your at-home satisfaction long after your purchase. So when it's fourth quarter and your fridge goes out, oh man, be confident knowing we're a team that will go the distance for you. Heber Park City Appliance in Heber City. Visit us online at HeberAppliance.com.
Hey, it's Nicole from Mountain Refined. I wanted to take a moment and invite you to visit our showroom. We are locally owned and operated with the largest selection in Wasatch County. In our showroom, you will find everything from bedding, home decor, gifts, jewelry, beautiful furnishings, and even flooring. We even have a large selection of protein powder. It won't take you long to find out what everyone's talking about. We can't wait to meet you. See you soon. We're located at 480 North Main Street in Heber City.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. With over 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dumping equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and repairs, we've got you covered. Haul it all, big or small, because Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber City, Utah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Third inning action brought to you by Wasatch Napa Auto Parts. You'll always find the best deals and expert service with your local Napa Auto Parts store. Stop by today. A little bit of drama as we get things started here in the third. First pitch is going to be a push bunt, and it's a pretty push bunt, Ty, right in between the first and second baseman. Wasatch arguing that he was out of the box. Back-to-back bunts. This is going to be another good one right to the third baseman. Pinter has got to get rid of it quick. It's not going to be in time. Back-to-back singles on the bunts for Skyridge at the 8-9 spot.
Yeah, Sam had a good read and a good crash there, Tyler, but when the ball went down, he just had kind of a little hitch circle, and I'm not sure he gets him either way. That's a pretty darn good bunt, but you got to keep coming and crashing hard and come through that ball. And it looked like off the bat maybe Sam thought that thing was going to come a little hotter at him.
Well, we talked about Roberts and his experience at Skyridge, and just like that, he's able to produce 2 base runners on the bunt. It's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, Rip Roberts. Flew out to center field. He'll swing and miss the first pitch. Senior shortstop's already made a couple of nice plays at the shortstop position. Now trying to produce at the plate. Nobody out, runners on first and second. That misses high for ball 1.
The last time Wasatch played Skyridge, Tyler, they came up here and there was something similar, right? It was a rainy day. Wasatch they were kind of humming along. Brock Cloward, come back to that
This is
thought.
going to be a base knock through the 5-6 hole. Wasatch playing double play depth, not able to keep the ball in the infield. 1 run will come in. Armendariz will bobble a little bit, but gets it in to keep runners at first and second. And 3 straight singles ties up this game at 1-1.
I think it was very similar to this, though, Tyler. Wasatch was really humming along. Brock Cloward looked really good on the mound. Skyridge was the number 1 team in 6A, I believe, that 5A that year. And Roberts laid down a couple bunts in the rain, tried to talk to the third baseman while he was doing it, getting him distracted.
Fake bunt still is going to be punched out at third base. Nice release there from Sweat. Ty, interesting call there, right? An easy throw here for Sweat with the lefty up. It's right on the money. Pinter puts it on the tag, and Skyridge has one away.
Yeah, Ty, conversation there at third base between Roberts and his player afterwards, and wonder what that player saw, whether the hitter missed a hit-and-run sign or what, but that's as easy as it gets. Left-handed hitter up. Nice fastball, easy throw down to third. He's out by a mile.
Pitch was a strike as well, so it's a 1-1. Make it a 1-2 count as that one's fouled off. Again, this is sophomore Luke Robley, the second baseman. Struck out in his first at-bat on a check swing. So 1-2 the count.
Roberts was in motion there too, Tyler, so maybe it just was a straight-up double steal. But ill-advised call. That was a gift out there to Wasatch and Otis Sweat.
Roby comes up with 2 strikes, 1 out. Big secondary lead, and he's going to go on the 1-1. This one's going to be roped to center field. Runner slid. Brown's going to come up with the throw. It's not going to be in time. And on the throw, Robley will also advance to second base. So the single and then an advance to second base also brings in a run, and Skyridge has their first lead of the game, 2-1 here in the top of the third.
The Skyridge team's done a really good job of taking advantage of just some little mistakes from Wasatch, Tyler. You had the bobble off the leg in the first inning from Wasatch. Didn't end up in a run, but they were able to get what normally is a single into a double. A couple times here now, and that particular play, Wasatch gives now another base there on the overthrow from Brown coming in. And now rather than a runner on first base with one out and a double play in order here, Tyler, you've got a runner in scoring position, only one out, and now Skyridge can do a lot more things to try to keep this inning rolling along. Just little details that have not gone Wasatch's way in the early part of this game.
Going to bring up center fielder Zayden Bay, the number 3 hitter, junior. Squares on the first pitch, fouls it back for strike 1. Now takes a pitch at the belt for strike 2. Single for Skyridge. 4 straight singles to get things started here in the top of the third after only having 1 hit through the first 2 innings. Good lead at second base. The 0-2 goes with the off speed. That'll be fouled off behind us. Keep the count at 0-2.
Ty, that story, though, with Coach Roberts in that game a few years ago, I think what we learned from that, it was close. Wasatch ended up losing by 2, I think.
5-3, yep.
And they had the winning run coming to the plate in the last inning. But what Coach Roberts has always been so good at doing with Skyridge is kind of sensing those games that are going to be close and finding a way to get his team the advantage early on. And it feels like you're seeing that this inning. Already 3 different times he's tried to have guys lay down bunts and just kind of showing Wasatch, like, hey, we're going to try something different, and if you can't stop it, we're going to keep coming at you until you can prove you can make the adjustment. And it's gotten them the advantage early on.
2-2 the count. Blue takes a longer look. Now the pickoff move to Salmon, not in time. Nearly gets into the outfield. Good play there from Salmon to keep it in. 2-2 the count, 1 away. By back into the box. Junior takes his pitch on the outside corner, punch him out. 3rd strikeout of the game. Once again brought to you by Gravity Coalition. And Wasatch now has 2 away here in the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, I wonder what he's looking at, Tyler. That's a pretty good pitch there.
It's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Brody Lowe. Struck out in his first at bat. Does have 1 home run on the season. But again, a heavy gust coming in from the outfield. Both outfields playing very shallow. Wasatch gives a step here to Lowe. Another pickoff move, not in time.
So, Ty, sorry, cut you off here. Just any more big games come to mind? We kind of talked about Jordan, Spanish Fork.
Through Wasatch's, this ball's in the dirt. A good read there from Robley. He'll advance to third base. So runner on third now with 2 outs and 1-0 count to Lowe. You know, Wasatch, when they made their runs in the early 2000s, mid-2000s, had a hard time just knocking off St. George schools, and they went down for a mini tournament in the state tournament to take on number 1 ranked Snow Canyon and got a win against Snow Canyon, which felt like a pretty good program win at that point. That's in there for strike, 1-1 the count. A couple of good wins throughout that. Lone Peak got Lone Peak in 06, got AF in 05.
That Lone Peak team, I trying to remember, Tyler. Oh, there's a good pitch from Eddie.
Swing and a miss, 1-2 now the count.
Had a big lefty. 90s, there, and Wasatch was able to get the win against them when Lone Peak was kind of the top tier of 5A. You kind of had Timpanogos and Lone Peak and Spanish Fork at that time.
1-2. That one misses outside. Moves count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The year before Lehigh won the state title, Wasatch got a state tournament series sweep against Lehigh here at Wasatch, which was a couple of good wins. Deuce is on the scoreboard, the 2-2, swung on, elevated to right field. This is going to push Livingston back. He's not going to get to it. Pick him up, put him down. It'll be a ground rule double as it bounces over the wall. 3rd run comes in the inning, and that is the 5th hit of the inning as well. And Skyridge takes the 3-1 lead.
Oh, really carried, Tyler. That went farther than I thought it was going to go off the bat. Checking the wind, it has not changed, Tyler. That ball into the wind really carried. I think it caught both me and maybe Max by surprise. Max made a good beat on it once he saw where it's heading, but saw that firm ground with no water out there. Tyler hit the grass and jumped over the fence.
It's going to bring up the catcher, senior Boston Sundberg. He doubled in his first at bat to the left field side. Showed some pretty good speed rounding the base pass as well. First pitch is going to come in ball above the belt. 1-0 the count. Blue takes a double look. Now delivers. This one's going to be swung on. Ground ball to Salmon to second base. Gets the good hop. Throws it to first in time. And Skyridge is retired. But not before 3 runs come in on 5 hits, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. 3-1 here on 92.9 The Peak.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robards Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robards Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care. Timberline Ace Hardware is committed to helping their neighbors and their communities, and because they're in the neighborhood, they can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Stihl, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in store, curbside, or they'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock with people that know how to help. Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the community for over 50 years.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the third, brought to you by Wasatch Behavioral Health, a comprehensive community mental health center offering a wide array of programs and services for all individuals in Wasatch County. Runs today, brought to you by Stone Insurance. You work hard for your money. Your insurance company should work hard for you. At Stone Insurance, we provide the coverage you need at a rate you deserve. Stone Insurance, solid as a rock. Call Stone Insurance today and start saving. It's 3-1. Wasatch find themselves down 2. Unfamiliar territory. Wasatch has not trailed this season since going back to Pineview, I believe, Ty. I can't remember if they fell behind in any of those other St. George games, but definitely did not fall behind against Ogden, Cottonwood, or Pleasant Grove. And now they find themselves down 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. It'll be Austin Brown to lead it off. He's going to elevate one to shallow left field. Shortstop's going to go back and make the play for out number 1 on 1 pitch.
I've been impressed with Roberts at shortstop in the early going of this game, Tyler. There's been a couple small moments that have made a big difference in the game. That pickoff move when Salmon had beat it to second base in the last inning, Tyler. There was a good break at third base from Jackson trying to get home, but the turn and release from Roberts at shortstop was so quick, and the throw on the money, it kept a run off the board for Wasatch. You've seen him keep a run off the board as well with just some good lateral movement over to the left side with some balls he's been fielding. That's another good read out there. He's looked like a nice player at shortstop early on.
Royal reached on an error by the third baseman in his first at bat. Again, comes in hitting over 400, 455 on the year. Takes ball 1 and ball 2.
Ty, you got any? I want to change the question we've been talking about with the biggest win. You know, that Pleasant Grove win was so good yesterday. But any near misses, almost wins from Wasatch that you go to? Like they were right there, nearly had the big win, and then it slipped away from them.
2-1, that one misses. How about in the same state tournament where Wasatch got the Jordan win, had Salem Hills beat, right? And just needed to get a fly ball catch in the outfield, ultimately not able to come up with it. And then Salem Hills rattled off a walk-off 7th inning.
10 runs in that inning or something like that. Yeah, that one was tough, Ty.
3-1, a big gust of wind comes here in the top half of the third. You can see the dust being kicked up all over the place.
Yeah, that would have put the Wasps in the semis, right? Yeah. That was the quarterfinals when they had that one. That's a good one.
The 3-1. Ooh, nice pitch on the 3-1. Gets the outside corner for strike 2. 3-2 now the count.
Thinking of another one just a couple years ago, Tyler. This might have been 2015. Mountain Crest was a really good team, if you remember. They kind of had a couple years where they were excellent.
Payoff pitch. That one's going to be roped at the shortstop, but not high enough. Roberts comes up with the second out of the inning on the line out. 2 away here in the bottom of the third.
Jeez, Tyler, let's keep it away from him at this point. He's getting a lot of putouts in this game for Skyridge. But McCord Larson went up there. Tyler, Wasatch was the 4 seed, taking on Mountain Crest as the 1 seed. It was pre-RPI. And McCord threw an absolute gem. Went 8 innings, went into extra innings, gave up just 1 run, Tyler. I think 1 run, and ended up losing an absolute gem. Wasatch just couldn't get the hit with runners in scoring position to win that one. I think that team ended up making it to the semifinals as well, that Mount Crest team.
Strike 1, ball 1 here to Fowler, who, let's see, reached base on that weird fielder's choice, runner interference, ground ball. Sharply hit ground ball that could have had a chance to get through the infield. Instead, a collision in the infield by the base runner and shortstop, forced an out for Wasatch. That ball's in the dirt for ball 2. 2-1 now the count. Balls, 1 strike. Young will come set, working out of the stretch exclusively. And that pitch down across the plate for strike number 2. Deuces on the board, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Baxter on deck, seeing if Wasatch can extend the inning here with 2 outs. The pitch. Good protect the plate swing there from Fowler. Fouls it off, and it'll keep the count at 2-2. Another 2-2 pitch here from Young. Goes with the off-speed, misses badly for a 3-2 count now. Fills up the count.
You know, I guess when it boils down to it, Tyler, the conversation we've had of good wins, it's really hard to compare because the pitcher on the mound that day makes such a big difference, right, in the quality of the win that you had.
Payoff pitch is going to be a ground ball right back up the middle. Base knock for Fowler. That'll be hit number 5 on the day for the Wasps. Fowler on the season now. That is hit number 11. That ties him with Eddie Bluth for the leader on the team.
So I'll give you another example of that. This is not one that necessarily like jumps out at you as far as like ranked wins. But how about that game a couple years ago when Jackson Bullender was on the mound against Easton Barrett of Springville? Just like an absolute gem. I think Barrett struck out 18 kids in that game, and Wasatch ended up getting the win, right? They had Crew Erickson had a bunt single and then stole around the bases, and that was it.
Stole third, and they had a pass ball to score home.
And that was it. They won 1-0. Bullender went with a complete game gem there. That's got to be one of the better ones in the history of Wasatch baseball, too, just because of the quality of the opponent on the mound. A lefty, they can throw in the low 90s, 3 good pitches, probably 4 good pitches, Tyler, at the next level.
Pickoff move, not in time over to Fowler, so still a 1-0 count here to Baxter. High late kick delivery, and that one misses for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Young, foot back on the rubber. Fowler, not a huge lead over at first base. Couple of looks. Young, high late kick, delivers the 2-0. That one misses as well. 3-0 now to count with Eddie Bluth on deck. The 3-0. And that one's in there for a strike. Moves the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. This will be it this week for Wasatch, who is heading to California during spring break for a 4-game tournament.
And 1 game each day, Tyler, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
That one also in there for a strike. Fills up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2-away. Fowler should get a head start over on first base. They're going to have the first baseman play off, so Fowler should have a pretty good head start here on the high leg kick from Young. The pitch, payoff, is fouled off at the Skyridge dugout. Keep the count at 3-2.
And that tournament's kind of challenged us, Tyler, this tournament in California, where we've kind of asked, how many times has Wasatch gone out of the state and gotten wins against teams outside of the state? You know, when we talk about these teams that they've gone against that are good, they just don't have a lot of opportunities that they've gone outside of the state and gotten some wins on the board. Should be a pretty cool opportunity for them to go to San Diego and play.
Another payoff pitch, gets the outside corner for strike 3. First strikeout of the day here for Skyridge. Wasatch done a good job putting it in play, but no runs come in on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. Still 3-1 as we go into the 4th.
You'll always find the best deals and expert service at your local Napa Auto Parts store. We offer expert service in helping you find the parts you're looking for your current project, as well as Milwaukee tools. We can also help you with most motorsport, RV, and vehicle battery needs at your local Napa Auto Parts store in Heber City.
Teens report that parents are the #1 influence in their children's lives about decisions to not use alcohol, marijuana, or vape.
Take a few minutes every day to talk to us about things we like to do. Ask about our hopes and dreams, concerns, and fears. This is a time when we need our parents' help the most.
If we feel close to you, we are much more likely to listen. We need you to remind us to stay drug and alcohol free. Brought to you by Wasatch High School Thrive Club.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Back here in the top of the fourth, it's going to be a bunt to get things started. First baseman Max Grove from left-hand side is going to lay down the bunt. Eddie Bluth bounces off the mound, fields it cleanly, throws it to first for the first out of the inning.
Well, we said it last inning, Tyler. They're going to keep bunting until Wasatch starts producing outs over here.
This top of the fourth brought to you by Mountain West Trailers. They know you value strength and reliability. Visit them at mountainwesttrailer.com. 1-1 the count now to third baseman sophomore Brady Butters. Flew out to right field in his last at bat. 1-1 the count. Blue still on the mound. Back into the windup. And that one misses high for ball 2. Two balls, one strike. And that one misses low for the 3-1 count. Wasatch trailing 3-1 here in the top of the fourth. Wasatch scored one in the bottom half of the second. Skyridge answered with 3 runs in the top of the third. This one's going to be swung on and elevated to shallow center field. Brown will settle underneath it, makes the play. That one kind of took it there at the end. And Wasatch will come up with out number 2.
That was a good job from Austin. That ball's swirling as it comes out there. Sometimes it's easy to forget because you've had Austin on the field for so long. Still just a sophomore, Tyler. Thinking about the game last night, he was asked to close down against Pleasant Grove. That's a big moment for a young kid.
This one's going to be elevated. It is the senior Grayson Bauer who's going to hit it to left center field shallow. And Brown will come up and make that out as well. A 1-2-3 inning for Wasatch. No runs on no hits, no errors. It's still 3-1 here on 92.9 The Peak.
We at Guild Mortgage help people build personal wealth through real estate, be it your first home, next home, dream home, or investment property. At Guild Mortgage, we help you refinance for that lower interest rate, shorter term, or home remodel. At Guild Mortgage, we help you plan for retirement by owning multiple investment properties and can even add to your retirement plan with a reverse mortgage. We at Guild Mortgage believe everyone can own what matters.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King home of the train is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the fourth action brought to you by UCCU. Love where you bank at UCCU. Once again, it is going to be 6, 7, 8 up for Wasatch. Eddie Bluth, Sam Pinter, and Otis Sweat. Pinter, the lone run of the game here for Wasatch. Bluth is going to take ball 1, grounded out to the shortstop in his first at bat. Bluth, 10 runs scored on the season. He is tied with Braxton Fowler and Jack Salmon for the most runs scored. Take strike 1, 1-1 now the count. Young still on the mound for Skyridge. That one missed. Ooh, sorry. Called that too early. Thought that looked a little bit high. Count. Zone's been a little high compared to last night.
Last night it was low. Yeah.
1-2 the count. And that one, Skyridge wanted it. It's going to be high and outside for ball 2. 2-2 now the count.
This one's more of a hitter's zone over here tonight, right? Last night you had the low zone. You could go down below the knees, maybe by about a baseball's length and still get that call.
2-2 goes back inside, and he's going to ring him up with that one. That is back-to-back Ks looking for Wasatch, who again hadn't had a K through the first 2 2/3 innings. Now back-to-back Ks, one away here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see that more behind home plate, Tyler, because with the lefty, if he's getting some tailing action from the two-seam, that ball's actually probably coming in on Eddie rather than coming back over the plate. And Eddie reacted like that ball was inside. Might have got a generous call there for the pitcher over the inner half of the plate.
He's going to bring up Sam Pinter, who had an infield single in his first at bat and ended up scoring the lone run of the game for Wasatch. Wasatch 5 hits on the day. That went in there for a strike. 1-1 now the count. Talking strike zone tie, MLB incorporating the replay system on balls and strikes this year. They've made a lot of adjustments. The ball's going to be swung on. It's going to be a chopper to the shortstop, fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond for out number 2. How do you feel about the replay on balls and strikes this season? It's supposed to be quick. You can't have like the whole college basketball of have every coach with their iPad checking to see if you want to do a review or not. It's got to be quick.
It's probably fine, right, Tyler? I mean, you go to the other sports. Football, if you cross the goal line, you want to get the touchdown if it's a touchdown. Basketball, if it goes in the hoop, you should count it for points. You know, baseball, if it's a strike over the zone, call it a strike.
I'm not familiar. You only have a certain amount. Like you can have guys up there that every time they strike out looking, they're going to be reviewing it, or can you only get a certain amount of missed reviews?
Yeah, you just don't want to slow down the pace, right? Keep the pace going.
Because they've done a good job of getting those games going, right? They have the pitch clock now, bigger bases. They can't have the shift on, so it's helping improve the game, in my opinion. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. 1-1 the count here to Sweat, who has nobody on. This is going to be a lazy ground ball into foul territory for strike 2. What's still baffling to me, Ty, is how good those umpires are in the major leagues.
They really are excellent,
you watch,
Tyler.
I mean, they are so good.
And it's not just calling balls and strikes. It's everything. I mean, the bang-bang plays over there on the bases
so
that you have to watch 7 times, replay in super slow motion, and they get it right more often than they miss it, Ty.
I mean, these pitchers, they have so many, they have the sweeper now, right? That wasn't a pitch when we were coming up. That they just move so much. Throwing at 90th and moving that much, and they're still able to get the balls and strikes correctly. 2-2 here to Sweat. It's going to be swung on and fouled off again. Keeps the count at 2-2 with 2 away.
Wasatch looked like they were going to be able to get to Young here early on, Tyler. In the first inning, Brown put one off the top of the fence. Had some good action. Might be able to run him early, but Young settled in, Tyler. Only 59 pitches at this point in the game. Wasatch has run into a few outs on the base paths, which has been able to minimize that pitch count. But overall, Young has really settled down.
The 2-2 inside, and that'll fill up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's probably one that Eddie's saying, ooh, I didn't get that same call on that.
Right. And that action's probably moving away from Otis.
Yeah.
I think Otis thought he was about to get hit, Tyler.
Payoff pitch is going to be in the dirt, swing and a miss. Catcher throws it down to first base for out number 3. Wasatch is retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Still 3-1 as we move into the 5th.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy, your local beauty school. Explore the art of cosmetology, barbering, hair design, basic aesthetics, master aesthetics, and nail tech programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to learn more and enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible schedules and distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career at Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise. Bonnie Joseph Academy, Heber City.
Hungry for mouth-watering, all-American comfort food? Look no further. Chubby's has just opened in Heber Valley, bringing you award-winning burgers and cheesesteaks made from 100% premium black Angus beef. With 9 Utah locations, our family-owned and operated restaurant knows how to satisfy your cravings. And don't forget to treat yourself to our delicious desserts. Come taste the difference today at Chubby's, located at 220 North Main Street. Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Fifth inning action brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Own what matters with Guild Mortgage. For Skyridge here in the top half of the fifth, leading 3-1 will be 9-1-2 Mason O'May Jr., who reached on a bunt single down the third base side in his first at bat. He's going to swing at this 1-0 pitch, and that's going to get over Miguel Armendariz. Pick him up, put him down for Skyridge. Extra base is coming for the number 9 hitter. He's going to round second. No, he'll stay at second base, but a leadoff double for the number 9 hitter from Skyridge, and they're in business here in the top of the fifth with the leadoff coming up.
Yeah, he's now 2 for 2 on the day, Tyler, producing at the bottom of the lineup.
Roberts will come up, leadoff guy, 1 for 2 on the day, singled through the 5-6 hole and had the first RBI of the game for Skyridge. Ended up getting thrown out at third base on an attempted steal. Quick pause and delivery here from Bluth, misses outside for ball 1. 7th hit of the day for Skyridge. No action in the bullpen for Wasatch. That one's going to be swung on at the end of the bat, foul down the right field side for strike 1. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike. Double look and a delivery. That one's going to be roped up the middle. Another base knock here for Skyridge. Roberts now 2 hits on the day and 2 RBIs on the day as that ball will be through. And O'May will come in to score his second run of the day as well. And it's now a 4-1 lead for the Falcons.
Well, you need to minimize here in this inning, Tyler. Don't want to let this thing go too far out of hand. So that's a good ball from Brown coming in. Matthews did a good job tracking it down because Roberts had come hard turn around first base. He's looking to advance.
Roberts giving signs. The runner's going to go. The throw probably would have been close, but the ball pops out of the glove. Was a little bit off. The tag was up high around the shoulders or the helmet. And that's going to be a stolen base for Roberts.
Otis doesn't look bad on that release here today, Tyler. Roberts just may try to go to third base, too. He's been caught stealing already today once.
Ball 1, strike 1 here, so 1-1 count to the sophomore Robley. Struck out in his first at bat, but then singled up the middle and brought in a run and then ended up scoring himself. There is some action in the bullpen for Wasatch. Pickoff move is going to get into the outfield. A little miscommunication between Bluth and the middle infield, and Skyridge now with a runner on third. Nobody out, and already one run scored here in the fifth. Bluth back into the windup with the runner on third. That pitch swung on and elevated to right field. Livingston starts back, now has to run up, sprinting up. It's not going to get to it, Ty. Nobody can see it, and the run's going to come in. It's ultimately going to be a double for the number 2 hitter, Luke Robley. I didn't think Livingston could see that off the bat, Ty. He kind of started back, and then ultimately both second baseman and first baseman went away from it, and the right fielder comes up, not able to get to it. Not things going Wasatch's way right now.
Yeah, this is an inning to forget at the moment, Tyler. That'll drop in as a double. But that was one that probably, just with the way the wind is pushing the ball, that's coming back to Royal at first base. It's probably going to be the easiest one for him to get that, or Jack Salmon coming over to get it. That was a really long run for Max to try to come in. Ball was barely outside of the infield when it hit the ground.
Brings up the number 3 hitter, Zayden Bai Jr., grounded out to the pitcher and struck out. He'll foul off pitch number 1 for strike 1. The junior center fielder does have, according to D News, 2 triples and 2 doubles on the year and 10 RBIs. A couple of looks at second base. That pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1.
Curious how Coach Roberts plays the rest of this inning here, Tyler. They tried to tack on 1 or 2 more. He's played a lot of small ball, or if he kind of feels like there's blood in the water, and just let his guys swing away.
That one out of the zone, but gets a piece of it for strike 2. Kind of a protect the plate swing, but with 1 strike.
I think if you're Wasatch, you can't let your guard down, start hanging the head, or maybe disengage on a pitch because
runner goes, ball 2, and an easy stolen base there for Robley. Makes the count 2 balls, 2 strikes, and a runner on third. Still nobody out here in the top half of the 5th.
Yeah, that was just too easy. Otis never had a chance on that one. That was a steal on the movement of the pitcher.
Wasatch going to bring the infield in with nobody out. The pitch misses as well, moves the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's going to be a high hopper to Fowler. He's going to get the short hop on the backhand, throws it across the diamond in time, and is able to keep the runner at third. Great play from the shortstop Fowler, 1 away.
Yeah, you said it, Tyler. That's a really good play because it's moving just slightly to the backhand side. Uncomfortable ball. Looked at the runner at third base, got him going back to the bag, which is critical there, Tyler. If you just let him hang out, he may have a chance to advance. And then no hesitation, turned and threw a laser over there to first base. So no opportunity to advance.
Runner on third now with 1 away. It'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Brady Lowe. Struck out in his first at bat and then doubled to the right field wall. A ground rule double that also brought in a run. Skyridge leading 5-1 here in the top of the 5th. Big swing and a miss. Sweat kind of did a good job of, thought that one had gone back to the backstop, and I think this runner on third thought so as well. Everybody's safe, though.
Robley got a little lost down the line, didn't he? Fortunately for him, Lowe was standing right in the throwing lane of Sweat. Otherwise, I think Sweat had a chance to pick him back at third.
0-1, Bluth into the windup, delivers the 0-1. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Pickoff throw back to third, not in time. So an 0-2 count here to the number 4 hitter for Skyridge. Wasatch trying to minimize, already given up 2 in the inning, trailing 5-1. The 0-2 goes back to it. It's going to be a hard shot at the third baseman, not able to come up with it. And Skyridge will bring in another run and a runner on first.
Yeah, that's a sharply hit ball there, Tyler. Tough to give up an 0-2 single like that, but struck well. Getting his hands through the zone and making that one tough on Pinter.
10 hits now on the day for Skyridge. 6 runs in, makes the score 6-1. Looks like they're going to go ahead and bring in a pinch runner here for Skyridge. It'll be, see how I did on my roster. Yesterday I printed off a roster with no numbers. Did a little bit better job today, Ty, of getting a roster that could probably help us today.
Just like to challenge yourself. Not that those numbers mattered for Pleasant Grove anyway. I mean, they all were wearing different numbers than what it said on the roster.
This is
lucky
James
for
Peck.
us, though, they had their names all on the back, so
that
when they came
nice.
up, it was a little
That's
easier.
Right. Hitter will be Boston Sundberg. The catcher doubled to left field in his first at-bat, grounded out to the second baseman in his second at-bat. He steps in on the left-hand side here against Bluth. Swung on. This is going to be to right field. Livingston 3 steps back, 4 steps forward. Makes the play for the second out of the inning.
That was a good job from Max, Tyler. Read that one the whole way, got underneath it, and you talked about it. Working forward, no chance of advancement, and maybe an opportunity if the runner gets too greedy off of first base to make a throw there for a double play. That was just read beautifully in right field from Livingston.
Bring up first baseman Max Grover. 0 for 2, grounded out to the second baseman, and then had a bunt back to the pitcher. So 0 for 2 today. That first pitch is in for a ball, 1-0 the count. Good lead at first base from this pinch runner. Pickoff move not in time. Again, this is Wasatch High School baseball opening day here at Wasatch High School. First home game, Wasatch 6-1 coming into the game today, as is Skyridge. Check swing, foul ball. there from Grover.
Still a long ways to go on this one today, Tyler, and a lot of things can happen in the last half of a baseball game. But curious to get your impressions. If you were to compare the Pleasant Grove team talent-wise and the Skyridge team talent-wise, which one do you feel like has more talent?
This will be a sharply hit ground ball to the shortstop, and Fowler with the backhand will make the flip over to second base for out number 3, and Skyridge is retired. 3 runs come in on 4 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner is left on base, and it's now time for the 5th inning stretch. Ty, we'll come back to your question. Why don't you go ahead and give us a game summary here on your Guild Mortgage 5th inning stretch?
Yeah, this one's been an interesting game summary here, Tyler. Wasatch with 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error for Wasatch on the day. Skyridge 6 runs on 10 hits and 1 error on the day. But this one really looked like it was going to go Wasatch's way early on, Tyler. In the first inning, Wasatch got threats on the base paths, runners on second and third, 1 out. Fowler was up. And just kind of a fluke play in that first inning. Fowler hit a sharply hit ground ball that maybe would have gotten through up the middle, but a collision at second base between Matthews and Roberts, the shortstop for Skyridge, called Matthews out, made all the runners go back, and Wasatch didn't end up scoring in that inning. It really ended what would have been a good chance to jump on Skyridge. And Wasatch had a little bit more of a threat in the next inning, but couldn't really produce too much. Tyler, they got 1 across the board, but couldn't break it open. And Skyridge just kind of hung around, Tyler. They didn't put up very good at bats in the first couple innings. And then into the third, their coach, sensing that they need a little pick-me-up, just went to small ball, laid down bunt after bunt after bunt. Couple bunts to start off the inning singles and really got things rolling. Skyridge got 3 runs on the board in the top of the third. Wasatch minimized, but it was 3-run after that. 3-1, pardon me. Scoreless for both teams in the fourth before Skyridge gets 3 more runs on the board there in the top of the fifth. On a little bit better hitting, Tyler. Not as much small ball, but there were some weird situations with the wind and a double going down that probably shouldn't have been a double. In total, Skyridge just snuck across, I feel like is the right word, 6 runs against Wasatch today, where Wasatch has just struggled to get hits with runners in scoring position.
Game summary brought to you by Heber Appliance. When your appliance is down to its final out, turn your drop the ball into a touch ball at Heber Appliance Furniture and Mattress. It'll be Livingston, and then top of the order for Wasatch, Salmon and Brown.
And Ty, as far as individual stats, Eddie Bluth has been good for Wasatch here today. He's gone 5 innings pitched on the mound, faced 24 batters for Bluth, 10 hits, 6 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. But I feel like those numbers, again, are just a tad misleading. I feel like he's been a little bit more sharp on the mound than those numbers will tell you. As far as hits on the board, 5 different players with a single for Wasatch. Pinter has a single, Fowler, Brown, Salmon, and Sweat, your singles today for the Wasps.
The 1-2 misses low for ball 2. 2-2 now the count. Bottom of the 5th action brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. Do you sometimes feel dizzy or unstable? If so, Physical at the Pit Stop has good news. Falls are preventable. Give them a call at 435-654-5607. Again, 6-1 as we move into the bottom half of the 5th. Wasatch retired in order last inning. This one's going to be swung on a sharply hit ground ball to the second baseman. Fields it between his legs, but able to get it to the hand. Throws it to first for out number 1. So I think the difference for me between the two teams, one pitching, of course, right? We didn't see PG's best pitching, and Ty, don't want to jinx it because it's a fun broadcast when you don't have one walk, but neither team with base on balls yet today. So that's the biggest difference between the PG team and the Skyridge team. But offensively, Skyridge's ability so far that they've shown to produce runs in different ways. You mentioned it, the first 2 innings, not able to get anything going, but then they're able to lay down some bunts. The speed factor has been a factor in this one where their base running has just put a lot of pressure on Wasatch from whenever there's a base runner on. So that's been the thing that's probably been the separator for me is the speed from Skyridge and their ability to just produce runs in different ways so far today.
And this team feels a little more fundamental, doesn't it? That Pleasant Grove team, I think, appeared to have more raw talent.
The 1-0, Salmon's going to elevate this one. It's going to get over the right fielder's head. Pick him up, put him down. Extra bases for Jack Salmon. He's going to round second. He's going to try to get for third. The relay's not going to be in time. And a triple with 1 away for Jack Salmon. That is going to be extra base hit on the season, number 6 for Salmon. He leads all Wasatch hitters in that category. 3 doubles, now 2 triples on the year for Salmon.
Yeah, see if they can get a little spark here for Wasatch. You don't need them all back in this inning, Tyler. But if you get 2 or 3 in this inning, cut it down to a 3 or 2 run game heading into the last 2, really give yourself a pretty good chance here at home.
2 hits on the day now for Salmon. He also has the lone RBI on this game. With 1 out, that pitch is going to be in there for strike number 1. 6 hits, one of those hits coming from Brown, who doubled off the wall in his first at-bat to right field, popped out to shortstop in his second at-bat. 0-1 the count after the called strike one. That one misses high. 1-1 now the count here to Brown. Brown on the season, 9 RBIs, has scored 8 times, and he himself as well has 6 extra base hits. Salmon and Brown both leading in that category. The 1-1 misses outside for ball 2. Wasatch dugout trying to get some energy going for Wasatch. Again, only 1 run scored. Back-to-back goose egg innings in the 3rd and 4th. We're sitting here in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-1. And trying to work that outside part of the plate. Misses outside again, and that'll move the count to 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Hitters count here for Brown. The kick, the delivery, swung on, and he just missed that one, and it is going to go foul. And that'll fill up the count at 3-2.
Here's an interesting stat for the day for you, Tyler. Just doing a little digging back in the book. 13 outs have been made by Wasatch today, and out of those 13, if you take strikeouts off the board, there's been 3 strikeouts. So there's 10 outs outside of the strikeouts, and out of those 10, 8 have come from the second baseman or the shortstop. And that's been something that's been noticeable today is Young, the pitcher, is getting a lot of ground balls, a lot of fly balls up the middle. And these guys up the middle have been steady for Skyridge, just producing. When they get an opportunity, they make outs. The gloves of Robley and Roberts have been really good today.
It will be a ball 4. Royal's going to get into the box, but now Coach Roberts wants to talk things over. So runners on the corners. Royal Matthews will come up to the plate. Another trip to the mound brought to you by Physical at the Pit Stop. We'll go ahead and take a break. 6-1, Wasatch threatening here in the bottom of the 5th with runners on the corners.
Here at Country Gardens and Nursery, we hope that you feel that you are home when you are away from home as you go around our perennial floor checking out the newest and latest for beauty for your garden. As you wander into our indoor plant shop, seeing the possibility of what could be yours. Stop by Country Gardens and Nursery, your home away from home. 1401 US 189, Heber City, Utah. And don't forget to check us out on social media for quick tips and tricks throughout the season.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Skyridge is going to stay with Young here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 away. Runners on 1st and 3rd. Wasatch trying to chip into the 6-1 lead for Skyridge. That'll be ball 1 inside to Royal. Royal on the season, 455, 3 RBIs, 10 hits, 0 for 2 today so far. Did reach on an error back in the 1st. Outside corner, strike 1. 1-1 now the count. Good lead from Brown over at first base. Young takes a peek and delivers the 1-1. Swung on and fouled off, and that'll move the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Braxton Fowler on deck. Fowler, one of the Wasatch base hits on the season, came in his last at bat. This game, I should say.
He's had a few over the course of the season.
Had a good barrel in his first at bat, too. The 1-2 goes above the belt for ball 2. 2-2 now the count.
In fact, Tyler, you talk about this Wasatch team hitting .418 as a team coming into the game today. Matthews, 3rd place on that list behind Fowler at .476.
2-2 fouled off, keeps the count at 2-2.
And Eddie Bluth at .524 leading the way here for the Wasps. But Matthews been slumping a little bit, right? He was up over 600 a few games ago. Nice time for him to come out of that slump a little bit, as much as he can be slumping at .450, Ty.
2-2 misses high, so back-to-back full count at bats for Wasatch. Brown was able to earn the walk in his, and now an opportunity here for Royal. 3-2 the count. Runners again on the corners, only 1 away. Young comes set, takes a peek. Brown's going to go. It's going to be a pickoff. The throw to second is no, it's in there for safe. Looked like Brown was going to get tagged on the hip, but gets the hands in there underneath it. So it's going to be a full count. Runners on second and third.
That's a good slide from Austin, Tyler. He came over to the wide side of the bag, staying in the pathway, but reaching back with the left arm and grabbing that made it just hard enough for Roberts to get the tag down that he was able to sneak the hand underneath it.
Good speed there from Brown. The payoff pitch now to Matthews. Swung on, and it's going to get through. That's a base knock to the right field side. Brown's going to try to score from second. The throw from the right fielder is going to be cut off. The relay home is not in time, and it's a 1-out, 2 RBI single from Royal Matthews, and Wasatch has cut into the lead. It's now 6-3.
Well, there you go. You need your big players to come up in big moments, and Royal Matthews getting in the 3 spot for a reason, Tyler, protecting Austin Brown there in front of him, but needing him to produce runs, and he comes through in a huge moment there. Wasatch right back in this thing now, down 6-3.
Still only 1 out. It's going to bring up Braxton Fowler, who again is 1 for 2 today. High leg kick delivery, and that one's in at the belt for strike 1.
Matthews, Tyler, that'll help that average going up. RBIs 4 and 5 on the season for him here. Hasn't had a lot of guys on in front of him over the course of the season.
Fowler's going to elevate this one. It's in foul territory. The wind's taking it more into foul territory, but right fielder once again playing so shallow, able to come up and make the play for out number 2.
Yeah, they're daring Wasatch to hit it over their head, Tyler. And you're already seeing a little bit in this game, just a little difference with the fence coming a tad closer. Balls that have gotten over the head, like Salmon, who had that triple earlier, Tyler, was easier to be run down even when you get burned playing shallow. No chance of the inside the park home run. And actually on that triple, Tyler, had the relay been more clean, probably would have been a real chance to get Jack at third base. And so you can maybe get away with playing a little bit more shallow on fields that are a little bit smaller.
Going to have a pinch hitter here, Ty. Odin Hendricks is going to get his first at-bat of the season for Wasatch. Comes up with 2 outs and a runner on first. 6-3 the score. Wasatch able to get 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. He'll lay, nope, in there for a strike. He's like that curveball that comes in at the belt.
Coach McCoy seemed to have a little something on the pinch hit appearance last night, Tyler, in the 7th. Brought in Tatton, also gave Jackson Kamarami a chance to get a hit, Tyler, and Jackson on his first pitch he saw, 90-plus, just clobbered it, tattooed it. It was a foul ball down the right field line, but hit it to the base of the fence. And Coach knows his guys, sees these guys in practice, see what can happen here with Hendricks.
It is an 0-2 count to Hendricks. He's going to swing at this one and foul it at Coach McCoy. Foul, keep count at no balls and 2 strikes. Another big gust of wind here, kicks up. Kind of a right field to left field type wind now. A little bit of a crosswind. Left fielder might as well be playing on the infield tie out there in left field.
He's playing between shortstop and third base, basically.
The 0-2, just flirting with that top of the zone tie. That one a little bit high, and that'll move the count to 1-2.
Yeah, if that's Screw Baxter in there, that might be a strike, Tyler, but Hendricks giving up a few inches compared to the big defensive lineman of Crew.
The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 4th strikeout on the day. Wasatch does score 2 on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner is left on base. 6-3 as we move into the 6th.
Check out the Fit Stop Health Club. It's more than a great facility. Their employees and staff create a comfortable, caring, supportive place for men and women of all ages, as well as their families, to work out. They have your tanning beds, massage, and personal trainers. Find your new groove. Jump into their therapy pool with endless laps. They have Group X classes with nationally certified and specially trained instructors. See what the Fit Stop offers. Go to their website at fitstophealthclub.com. For more information, call 654-2131.
Hi, this is Corbin Gordon from Gordon Law Group. I commonly get approached by people with the same question. Hey, do you guys do a particular type of law? The answer is almost always, yeah, we do that. We are the Valley's only full-service law firm that has been in business for over 20 years. We have 5 experienced attorneys who do estate work, litigation, business formation, real estate, water law, divorce, criminal defense, and many others. Gordon Law Group. Yeah, we do that.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Top of the six brought to you by Stone Insurance. You work hard for your money. Your insurance company should work hard for you. At Stone Insurance, we provide the coverage you need at the rate you deserve. Stone Insurance, solid as a rock. Call Stone Insurance today and start saving. Are also our sponsors for our runs. First pitch is going to be still Eddie Bluth on the mound. It's going to be a slow roller to Fowler. He'll field it on the run, throw it across the diamond for out number one.
We've been so spoiled watching Braxton at shortstop over the last couple years, Tyler. And you and I coming into this season, we had a day where we were talking about this lineup, and we both couldn't believe that he was only a junior, right? It just feels like he's been here forever. And you've seen a jump this year between his sophomore and junior year. He just makes everything look so smooth and so easy out there.
Another one pitch AB here. This one's going to be elevated in foul territory. Shortstop Fowler's going to come over and make the great play in foul territory. Braxton Fowler showing it off in the field today. That is out number two, once again by the shortstop.
Ty is just so reliable to have a shortstop out there that you just can count on defensively. I mean, he can lock it down. He can go to the left. He can go to the right. He can go backwards and catch those fly balls. That's a tough ball, Tyler. You mentioned it's a crosswind right now, swirling from right to left. So that ball's pushing away from Braxton. He's kind of having to track that thing down as it's going away from him. And that's not nearly as easy as that play looked.
Have a defensive substitution here for Wasatch. Tyson Dahl comes in at third base for Sam Pinter. And Roberts, this is a typical Roberts move, right, Ty? You've had two pitches, and you might as well call timeout and get your money's worth in the inning.
You and I learned a lesson or two from him. He's in that game we referenced a little bit earlier where Wasatch they were humming, and Wasatch, we kind of wanted that one. Brock Cloward, he was sitting on an offer from UVU to go down there and pitch. We said, this is your game. We want you to go get him. And Brock was humming, Tyler. He was in the low 90s. He was throwing good pitches, and Roberts' team was in a bad rhythm, so he put about a minute plus of signs down at third base just to get Brock out of a rhythm on the mound.
Well, it's going to be a two-pitch at bat here. That'll be a fly ball to left field. Miguel Armendariz will settle underneath it, makes the play. 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, no errors here in the top of the sixth. It's still 6-3 here on 92.9 The Peak.
At Heber Park City Appliance, you're getting a dedicated team of professionals who go out of their way to keep your home running smoothly. And when we say team, we're talking about 40 years of winning service and reliability. We're here to boost your at-home satisfaction long after your purchase. So when it's fourth quarter and your fridge goes out, oh man, be confident knowing we're a team that will go the distance for you. Heber Park City Appliance in Heber City. Visit us online at heberappliance.com.
Hey, it's Nicole from Mountain Refined. I wanted to take a moment and invite you to visit our showroom. We are locally owned and operated with the largest selection in Wasatch County. In our showroom, you will find everything from bedding, home decor, gifts, jewelry, beautiful furnishings, and even flooring. We even have a large selection of protein powder. It won't take you long to find out what everyone's talking about. We can't wait to meet you. See you soon. We're located at 480 North Main Street in Heber City.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. With over 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dumping equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and repairs, we've got you covered. Haul it all, big or small, because Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber City, Utah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Bottom of the sixth action brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bike, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Visit them at their store in Midway or at gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. Swing and a miss, strike one, ball one here to Eddie Bluth. Comes in 0 for 2, grounded out to the shortstop and struck out in his two at-bats. Wasatch trailing 6-3 here in the bottom of the sixth. Scored 2 in the bottom of the fifth to cut the 5-run lead down to 3. And then we're able to get a 1-2-3 top of the sixth. This will be another ground ball to the shortstop. Roberts fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond for out number one. It's been a shortstop show here, Ty.
Yes,
and Roberts and Fowler have both just been solid and made plenty of nice plays in the infield for both teams.
You know, Ty, how nice would it be to play on turf, though, right? I mean, you didn't get that luxury. True hop all the way. Yeah, I think the field you played on when you were playing shortstop, you actually had a mound out there at shortstop. You had to try to figure out how to field it between, right? If that ball hit the mound, it would launch up kind of like a mini golf course and fly ball into the outfield all of a sudden.
First pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Let's see, is this Dahl? Dahl's getting an AB. That one's in there for a strike. Is 2. 0-2 now the count here to Dahl. Dahl on the season has 4 plate appearances. 0 for 1 with 1 RBI in those 4 plate appearances. Now facing an 0-2 count here. Young again settling in. Struggled early, but has really thrown well since those first couple of innings. Did give up 2. Thanks to a triple by Jack Salmon in that last inning. And then a 2 RBI single from Royal Matthews. 1-2 the count as that one misses. And that one gets barely a piece of it. That's going to go off the face mask of the catcher. Keep the count at 1-2.
You know, Ty, talking about the turf and the fields, you mentioned how much you like Pleasant Grove's field last night being down there. Would you take a field like Pleasant Grove over a fully turf field?
No.
Fully turf is really nice, right?
I'm like infielder at heart.
It's nice to get the true hop.
Give me that turf throughout the whole thing. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Dahl goes down swing. 5 Ks now for Young on the game, and that'll bring Wasatch with 2 outs to Otis Sweat, hitting in the 8th spot. He's 1 for 2 today, singled to left center field in his first at bat, and then struck out in the second.
You get a little something going down here with these guys. Between Sweat and Livingston, Tyler, 27 RBIs on the season between these 8-9 hitters. They've been really good. Need them to produce here.
It's going to be a slow roller to Roberts. Roberts fills it cleanly, gets rid of it quick, and gets the out. So Skyridge answers with a 1-2-3 inning of their own. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we'll go into the 7th, 6-3 the score here on 92.9 The Peak.
Hey there, Heber City. Are you tired of dings, dents, and scrapes ruining the beauty of your beloved vehicle? Look no further than Robards Collision, the ultimate destination for all your auto body needs. At Robards Collision, they've been offering top-notch collision repairs and outstanding customer service. Their team of expert technicians is passionate about bringing your car back to its original glory, no matter the size of damage. Their state-of-the-art facility is equipped with cutting-edge technology, ensuring precise and accurate repairs. They handle it all with precision and care. Timberline Ace Hardware is committed to helping their neighbors and their communities, and because they're in the neighborhood, they can deliver almost anything you need. So shop in store or online for whatever your home or yard needs. Choose from top brands like Milwaukee, Stihl, Traeger, and Benjamin Moore. Then pick up in store, curbside, or they'll deliver your order right to your home. Around the block, what you need in stock with people that know how to help. Timberline Ace Hardware, serving the community for over 50 years.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Seventh inning action brought to you by Heber Appliance. When your appliance is down to its final out, turn your drop the ball into a touch 'em all at Heber Appliance, furniture and mattress. It'll be the leadoff guy up for Skyridge here in the top half of the 7th. Eddie Blue still on the mound. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Roberts, who's 2 for 3 today with an RBI and a run scored. Singled through the 5-6 hole and singled up the middle. Skyridge trying to add on to their 6-3 lead. That one misses outside. Looked like Roberts was thinking about possibly dragging there. New third baseman in for Wasatch. Test him out a little bit. 1-1 the count as that one misses outside.
Well, Ty, they pulled him in. You're right, and it creates a little more space out there. Now Tyson can take a step back or two.
1-2. That one gets the inside corner for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. And makes him have to chase it, but a good piece of hitting there from Robel. Somehow gets it off the end of the bat to go through the 5-6 hole, and it's a leadoff single here for Skyridge.
He couldn't have walked it down to a better spot to get a hit there, Tyler. Just found the hole with a little flip of the bat, as you pointed out. Expect him to be in motion here pretty early. Roberts has been running wild on the base paths all day today.
It'll bring up Luke Robley, who struck out in his first at bat, but since then has 2 RBIs, a double, And a run scored. Runner's going to go on the first pitch, and oh, what a throw from Sweat. That one, no question about that one. Second time Roberts has been thrown out, trying to steal a base, and there's now one away.
Yeah, they've made it too easy on Wasatch, Tyler. Roberts, every single time, first pitch he's going, just throw a pitch out, right? I mean, it's so easy what they're doing here, and that essentially was. They threw a ball that Otis could handle, beat him by a mile down there to second base.
Ball one, strike one. Throw the pitch out and then come back with a strike, so 1-1 the count. Robley, the lefty sophomore, has had himself a good day at the plate. Again, doubled over the right. Oh, no, had the little bloop double, which hats off to him, Ty. Did a good job of. Don't. Oh, with first pitch a strike? I missed that one. I thought the first pitch was a ball. First pitch was a strike, and so that is actually strikeout number 4 on the day for Eddie Bluth. Gets him on the check swing, and normally, Ty, you don't get the lefty getting called out by the first base umpire.
No, you don't.
That's a bold move.
Must have been obvious, Ty. That home plate umpire, especially when they're watching a pitch down in the zone like that, Tyler, they're just not looking at the swing of the hitter. So sometimes it can be more obvious, and they still don't see it. The field umpire obviously thought there was one of the obvious ones.
Going to have a pinch hitter in the 3 spot. Number 3 hitter for Skyridge was 0 for 3. They're going to go with Keaton Henderson, senior. First pitch is going to be a ball. 1-0 the count. Blues trying to go the complete game here. Has only given up 6 runs on 11 hits, but has done a good job just continuing to pound the zone. 2-0 the count here to the pinch hitter.
Yeah, Ty, he's got plenty of pitches to work with. Still below 90.
That pitch is going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Fowler fills it, bobbles it for a moment, but then throws it across the diamond in time for out number 3. Wasatch needs to score 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-3. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base.
You'll always find the best deals and expert service at your local Napa Auto Parts store. We offer expert service in helping you find the parts you're looking for your current project, as well as Milwaukee tools. We can also help you with most motorsport, RV, and vehicle battery needs at your local Napa Auto Parts store in Heber City.
Teens report that parents are the #1 influence in their children's lives about decisions to not use alcohol, marijuana, or vape.
Take a few minutes every day to talk to us about things we like to do. Ask about our hopes and dreams, concerns, and fears. This is a time when we need our parents' help the most.
If we feel close to you, we are much more likely to listen. We need you to remind us to stay drug and alcohol free. Brought to you by Wasatch High School Thrive Club.
A UCCU home equity line of credit puts your home's equity to work for you. Finish your basement or yard and raise your home's value. Pay off higher interest, help with college or weddings. It's peace of mind knowing that you have a low-rate line of credit ready for whatever, whenever. UCCU will also provide you with a home equity Visa card, giving you instant access to your equity. Learn more or start your application today at uccu.com or stop by any branch. UCCU. Love where you bank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP Heber City and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
7th inning action once again brought to you by Heber Appliance, Furniture, and Mattress. Wasatch needs 3 here in the bottom half of the 7th. They have 9-1-2 up. It'll be Livingston and then Salmon, Brown, Matthews. Try to get Wasatch on the to extend a 6-game winning streak. They're 6-1. Their only loss was the first game of the season, a 1-0 loss to Pineview. We do have a new pitcher on the mound. It will be Butters. Butters started the game at third base, now moves on to the mound. Only a sophomore. Livingston comes in, a sacrifice bunt in his first at bat, and then grounded out to the second baseman in his second at bat. First pitch misses low and outside for ball 1.
Low comes in at third base here, Tyler, for Skyridge. So they'll just kill the DH, it looks like.
The 1-0, swing and a miss, strike 1. That one a little bit above the belt, but swing and a miss, moves count to 1 ball and 1 strike. The little bit of a marathon here for Wasatch. They played 5 straight games where it ended in 5 innings. Now they've had to play back-to-back days of 7-inning baseball.
And not just 7 innings. I mean, it was a marathon last night, Tyler. They went over 2 hours and 40 minutes in that game. Scorching heat down there. And this one's had a much better pace to it. We're about 1:37 into the game here.
2-2 the count as a wave. I think is a good way to say that. Last swing from Livingston just got fooled on the off-speed pitch. 2-2 now the count. Wind up delivery. Goes back to the off-speed. High chopper to third base. That will be fielded in foul territory. We'll keep the count at 2-2.
Job for Max to stay alive. At this point in the game, it's just find a way on any way you can. Often like to tell the hitters with 2 strikes, get up in on the plate, choke up a little bit, make it uncomfortable for the pitcher to come in on the inside. See, Max is up there pretty close to the chalk line.
The 2-2 swung on a little bit behind the fastball. It's a high chopper to Roberts. Roberts fields it and not going to be able to get it out of his hand as Wasatch will have a base runner on the fielding error from Roberts.
And Ty, I feel like you might be too harsh on Roberts on that. I think Max on that high chopper is going to make that close either way. And I feel like I'm going to keep the home book and cook it a little bit. I think I'm going to call that a single on that one.
Infield single. That's the 8th hit of the day for Wasatch, and that'll bring us to the top of the order where Jack Salmon has been good. 2 for 3 today with an RBI and a triple off to the right field wall.
It was a horrendous throw from Roberts. Don't get me wrong, Tyler, but I think he's rushing that throw because it is such a high hop and he knows it's a do or die moment. And I think even then, Max may still beat that one out.
Butters comes set out of the stretch, working out of stretch for the first time. Nice off-speed pitch in for a strike. 6-3 ball game. Wasatch trails by 3, down to their final 3 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. First home game of the season for Wasatch. That one bounces off the plate. Runner's going to go. The throw down to second base is not in time. Marcus McCoy, the freshman, coming in, and ball in the dirt. He takes second base. No fear there from the freshman.
No fear at all. Wanted to throw out a fishing pole and bring him back, Tyler. You don't want to go until that thing is for sure. When you need 3 runs, you don't give away outs in the last inning, but it's hard to rein in those wild horses, Ty.
0-1 the count. Now it's going to be off the end of the bat. It's going to be slow roll to the third baseman. Third baseman has a hard time getting out of the glove. He's not going to be in time. Infield single again for Wasatch. And now the tying run comes up to the plate, and it'll be Austin Brown, who already has a double off the wall.
Well, let's go back and just give kudos to Marcus instead, Tyler. I mean, that ball's an easy throw to second, so what do I know, right? Good that he's on the move there, getting to second base, because that's a ball that's pulling the third baseman in that direction. He's probably going to catch it, throw to second, get an easy out. So McCoy being aggressive and advancing there makes a big difference, I think, in that particular moment.
Well, Skyridge a little bit nervous. They're going to have a trip to the mound. Again, trips to the mound brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop. Also want to remind our listeners that runs today, which was what Wasatch needs in the tying run currently at the plate with nobody out, brought to you by Stone Insurance. You work hard for your money. Your insurance company should work hard for you. At Stone Insurance, we provide the coverage you need at the rate you deserve. Stone Insurance, solid as a rock.
Well, Ty, I like this situation for Wasatch, right? Nobody out, runners on first and second, and coming up, you just got a couple guys that can really hammer the ball, Tyler. You've got Braxton Fowler hitting the 4 spot, 3 away, hitting 479. Austin Brown coming to the plate here with 3 home runs and a near miss on a home run earlier today. He could tie it up with 1 swing of the bat. Royal Matthews, who, Ty, I think last year had 6 home runs, right? I think if I'm remembering the stats there. Hasn't hit one out yet this year, but fully capable of popping one out of the yard. So Wasatch has 3 bats coming up with nobody out that really have a chance, maybe with 1 swing, to tie this thing up.
First and second, nobody out. Austin Brown in the box on the left-hand side. Butters will come set again, only a sophomore on the mound. Lay kick delivery, bounces that one again, and that'll be ball 1.
Well, advantage to Austin now. You're up 1-0. Just go hunting for 1 pitch. And he's good enough. He can look for a breaking pitch or a fastball, just whatever he wants to look for here. If he gets it,
left fielder playing really shallow. Right fielder is basically on the warning track in right field. The pitch, that one's going to bounce as well. 2-0 now the count.
They've got a couple off-speed pitches, it looks like, Tyler, to Austin.
Trying to get him to chase a little bit. 2 balls, no strikes. Butters taking his time getting the sign here, trying to throw off a little bit of time here, change up his timing, gets the sign. Shortstop playing right behind the freshman McCoy at second. That pitch gets the outside corner for strike one.
Probably good take there, Tyler. That's a pretty good 2-0 pitch. Not in the wheelhouse that Austin's looking for.
Brown has power to the opposite way, Ty. We saw him hit one out the opposite way last year against Salem Hills in a rain game. Two opposite field shots in that one. He's going to swing at this one, fouls it off, and that'll move the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Ty, it was one of those games, the wind blowing in, terrible weather, that no one has any business hitting home run on this Wasatch field. And he hit 2 the other way, and he made it look so easy. He's just got power to every part of the field.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Butters, the sophomore, trying to work out of a jam. Runners on first and second after back-to-back infield singles. The 2-2, and it's going to hit him. Austin Brown gets beamed on the hip. That's going to put the tying run on base, and the winning run comes up to the plate. It'll be Royal Matthews with nobody out.
Well, they got a little something now, Tyler. Get that ball in play. Give yourself a chance. Love to ride it. Hey, let's just walk it off, Royal, right? Hit a walk-off granny, and let's get out of here.
Wind is blowing in, and are they going to make... It's going to be another trip to the mound here, and let's go ahead and take a break, Ty. We've got a good one. 6-3 the score, but Wasatch has the tying run on first base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy, your local beauty school. Explore the art of cosmetology, barbering, hair design, basic aesthetics, master aesthetics, and nail tech programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to learn more and enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible schedules and distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career at Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise. Bonnie Joseph Academy, Heber City.
Hungry for mouth-watering all-American comfort food? Look no further. Chubby's has just opened in Heber Valley, bringing you award-winning burgers and cheesesteaks made from 100% premium black Angus beef. With 9 Utah locations, our family-owned and operated restaurant knows how to satisfy your cravings. And don't forget to treat yourself to our delicious desserts. Come taste the difference today at Chubby's, located at 220 North Main Street. Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave.
Here at Country Gardens and Nursery, we hope that you feel that you are home when you are away from home as you go around our perennial floor checking out the newest and latest for beauty for your garden as you wander into our indoor plant shop, seeing the possibility of what could be yours. Stop by Country Gardens and Nursery, your home away from home. 1401 US 189, Heber City, Utah. And don't forget to check us out on social media for quick tips and tricks throughout the season.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Pitching change brought to you by Physical at the Fit Stop. Let's see how you can improve your balance and regain your freedom at Physical at the Fit Stop. Wasatch bases loaded, nobody out. Royal Matthews coming to the plate, had an RBI, 2 RBI single in his last at bat. He's 1 for 3 today. Wasatch needing 3 to tie. So the tying run at first base is Brown, and Royal representing the winning run. Misses with ball 1. Pitcher on the mound now is the second baseman going with another sophomore. Luke Robley will come in to pitch, and he'll miss outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Robley's had a nice game, Tyler. Good athletic player. Live arm.
That one gets the outside corner, so living on the outside part of the plate. 1-1 now the count.
Seems like he's got a little tailing action there too, Tyler. The fastball's got some good little movement.
Outfield playing deep, trying to keep the ball in front of him. Well, left fielder still playing in. Right fielder playing deep in right field. The 1-1, big swing and a miss. Ty just missed it. He went back straight back to the backstop, and he went after that one, Ty.
Yes, he did. Tyler about came out of his shoes.
The 1-2 now to Royal.
That one was for Royal. Now you got to have a good team at bat here, Tyler. Shorten up, get something in play. Big gap between the third baseman and the shortstop.
Big left center field gap too, Ty. 1-2 the count, nobody out. The pitch. High and inside for ball 2. Throw back to the pitcher, nearly gets away, but Skyridge doing a good job backing it up. 2-2 now the count. Robley working out of the stretch with the bases loaded. Comes set, the pitch. Misses high and outside, and that'll fill up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Tie ball hit to center or right. You mentioned how deep the outfielders are. Should score 2. Ball to left. I think you're probably only getting 1 if it's right at the left fielder.
Full count pitch, the payoff. Swung on, and it's elevated into foul territory. Shortstop, all the infielders coming over, but it goes foul, so we'll reset at 3-2.
Pretty good drama here, Tyler, between the win at Pleasant Grove last night. Chance to knock off Skyridge here with the come from behind win here in the 7th at home.
Robley comeback set, another payoff. It's going to be swung on, another good protect the play swing from Royal. Keeps the count at 3-2.
Yeah, he spoiled a pretty good pitch there, Tyler. That ball started down and in on the lower inside part of the plate. Looked too good to leave alone, but it broke down towards the ankles as it got closer. Did a good job of pounding that thing into the ground, getting another pitch here.
Skyridge playing double play depth across their diamond. First baseman playing deep on the first base side with the lefty up. Still 3-2, still nobody out. The pitch. Swung on, and that one's going to be elevated. It's going back. It's going back. It's caught by the center fielder. It's deep enough for 1 run to come in. That one without wind tie probably is a walk-off grand slam. Instead, it's going to be a sacrifice fly. 1 run will come in. It's now a 6-4 ball game with 1 out, and we'll bring up Braxton Fowler.
That's a good at-bat. Good at-bat gets you what you need, Tyler. Now you got to find a way to get Austin Brown to second base here in this at-bat at some point. And so you may ask Braxton to be a little patient. But ultimately, you get 1 across the board. Now you got to get some hits.
Does bring the first baseman up to now cover first base. Pickoff move, not in time. Fowler on the day-to-day, 1-for-3. Had a single. And then popped out to right field in his last at-bat. Swings at the first pitch, and that one's going to be fouled off to the dugout for strike 1.
Yeah, Ty, this is a delicate spot. You don't want to run the tying run into an out. But you certainly would like to take the double play out of order if you can find a way to advance Austin. Catcher's arm hasn't been the strongest today throwing into the wind.
Brown fakes a steal, and Fowler's going to swing at this one. It's into that Bermuda Triangle area. Roberts will come over and make the play. 2 away now here in the bottom of the 7th. And it's going to bring up Crew Baxter.
Yeah, they're going to re-enter Crew for Hendricks.
0-for-2 today. Grounded out to the third baseman and struck out looking. Baxter good enough power as well, Tyler, that he could end this on 1 swing. Wasatch trying to extend the inning. Again, 6-4 the score. Wasatch was about 10, 15 feet away from ending this thing. Royal Matthews elevated 1 to the deepest part of the field and just got caught up in the wind. Was a sacrifice fly that's brought in a run. Runners on the corners right now. It's Austin Brown at first, who is the tying run. On third base is Jack Sound. That pitch is in there for strike 1. Robley's done a good job since coming in. Got the sac fly and then the pop out with the 2 batters he's faced. We'll see if Brown gets aggressive here with 1 strike. Late kick delivery. Swung on and missed on a pitch up above the belt. 0-2 now the count. Wasatch down to their final out. Our outfield still playing deep here for Skyridge. The 0-2 goes inside and got him. It beat him. So that's going to put the tying run on second base and the winning run on first base. And we'll bring up Eddie Bluth. And Coach Roberts is not happy about it. He thinks that the Crew leaned into that one. And instead it's going to load the bases and bring up Wasatch's Eddie Bluth, who's 0-for-3 today.
Yeah, Ty, I'll tell you what. Here's a rule that I think he's failing here in this is you can lean into it. As long as you're not hovering over the plate, right? Crew's got his right to the box. That thing's definitely not over the plate. And so Crew just kind of turning casually in there, taking that one off the elbow. A smart play from Crew down 0-2. Definitely wasn't hanging over the plate as he took that.
Eddie Bluth on the plate, Tyson Dahl on deck. Eddie Bluth again 0 for 3 today, but came in hitting over 500. Tying run on second base is Brown. Salmon at third. Baxter at first. That pitch on the outside corner for strike one. It's been a fun one here. Opening day game for Wasatch on their home field. Roble comes set. Delivers the 0-1. Swung on, fouled straight back for strike two. Once again, Wasatch down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Tying run at second. Roble takes a peek, delivers. And he gets him on the outside corner for strike 3, and that'll do it. Wasatch is retired. They do score 1, but the final's going to be 6-4. We'll take a quick break and be back with your Timberline Ace Hardware postgame show after this.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're locally owned and operated and want to help you get your vehicle ready to road trip this summer. Stop in for all your name brand tires, oil changes, alignments, brakes, batteries, shocks, struts, and a whole lot more. Plus, Big O Tires offers financing options to fit any budget or any situation. Visit us today. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. KTMP, Heber City, and live sports coverage with Ty and Ty.
Wasatch drops the game 6-4. This is breaks a 6-game winning streak for Wasatch. It's time for your Timberline Ace Hardware post-game show. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Ty, throw it over to you for our Heber Appliance game summary.
Really good fight from Wasatch in this one, Tyler. This one easily could have swung Wasatch's way. Both the first, second, third, and you look at that 7th inning, Wasatch with multiple runners in scoring positions in various innings, and couldn't get runs across the board. And so they'll go back kind of saying what if, what could have been in this game, Tyler, but I thought they showed a lot of good resilience. In total, here's the stat line. Wasatch will lose 6-4. Skyridge had 6 runs on 11 hits, 1 error on the day for the Falcons. Wasatch, 4 runs on 9 hits, 1 error on the day for the Wasps as well, Tyler. Wasatch had 9 hits, 3 of those coming from Jack Salmon, 2 singles and a triple on the day for Jack, 1 RBI to go with that as well. Royal Matthews, 3 RBIs on the day, Tyler. Only 1 hit, but had a sac fly there at the end. Had 1 2 RBI single earlier in the game, and then the sac fly there in the 7th inning. And those are a couple of the bats that led the way for you here today at the plate. No other Wasatch player had multiple hits in the game, but a whole host of Wasatch players had at least 1 hit. Otis Sweat had a single, Austin Brown a double, Fowler had a single on the day, Livingston had an infield single, Pinter as well had a single on the day. On the mound, Eddie Bluth was really good, Tyler. He went 7 innings pitched for the Wasps, gave up 11 hits, 6 earned runs, 4 strikeouts. But again, some of those hits, Tyler, were just those balls that found space, not totally squared up balls. I thought Eddie really did a good job on the mound today, threw a lot of strikes and gave Wasatch a chance. But ultimately, it was the runners left on base for Wasatch that's going to prove to be the big difference in this one here today. And Wasatch will fall 6-4 to Skyridge. And like you already mentioned, Tyler, that'll end their 6-game winning streak here.
Summary brought to you by Heber Appliance, and those keys to the loss brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust. Keep your vehicle road ready with trusted service from tire and oil changes to brakes and alignments. Big O Tires, total auto care. Ty, throw it over to you for some players of the game.
Yeah, Ty, and one more stat I'd like to throw in if I can. Mentioned runners left on base. Tyler, Skyridge only had 3 runners left on base. Wasatch 8 runners left on base in this one. So the opportunities were certainly there for the Wasps. Bases loaded in the last inning. Tying run there, standing at second base. You're a hit away. And just couldn't get the job done there, unfortunately, Tyler. As far as the players of the game, I really like what you saw at the plate from Jack Salmon today, Tyler. I feel like Jack produced in a big way. Anytime you've got 3 hits on the board, you're going to get the nod there as the offensive player of the game. Shout out to Royal Matthews, who actually doubled his RBI total on the season today, getting 3 on the board. Only came into the game with 3, Tyler, and when he had opportunities today, he came through. But Salmon going to be the offensive player of the game today, and then defensive player of the game today going to be Braxton Fowler at shortstop. Tyler mentioned it was a shortstop game. Fowler was just absolutely lights out there at shortstop. Ground balls, fly balls, a lot of putouts on the day there for Fowler. In fact, Tyler, let me come and just get the numbers correct here completely. 6 total putouts on the day here for Fowler, and just did a really nice job there at shortstop.
Players of the game brought to you by Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave. That'll do it. Wasatch will fall to 6-2 on the season after the 6-4 loss to Skyridge. They now head down to California, to San Diego area for a 4-game tournament next week, and then we'll be back on the air the following week for more Wasatch High School baseball on 92.9 The Peak. We're back on the air tomorrow night as Wasatch travels to one of the top-ranked teams in lacrosse, as the boys lacrosse team will take on Alta High School tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I want to thank you for listening to 92.9 The Peak.